Hey guys, I'm back with another quick episode. So this is very quick testing. I have made a new breakthrough with some of the development. I now have custom content being loaded into the game. I'm also testing bringing Dying Light 1 content into Dying Light 2. They've got some really weird encryption on their files. I wish I could say I could easily make new textures and stuff like that, but it's still kind of up in the air considering they have most of their stuff really encrypted. So you can't even really like read, as in like visualize any of their textures because of their compression. I have extracted them, so I have found ways to get to their textures, and if that works, then what I'll do is I'll extract their textures in their raw format and then try to bring those into the game and call them. But all of that starts to get really complicated. It starts to look more towards like, okay, now we've got custom solutions that would require people to this would only work if they own the first game. They would have to, bring over files. That's all stuff that like to legally do it correctly, they would have to set things up. So I'm still looking at that to see how in depth to get into that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stream out for everybody on the Discord, and we're going to do some co-op testing really quick. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and we'll see. Create projector here. I can see what's going on. We'll go ahead and say stream live. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, thanks for joining. Share. Okay, and what we're going to do is I've got this new version of the mod. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let me just test this one more time to make sure that this is not going to crash, that I didn't make a last second change here that's going to screw something up. So we'll go ahead and launch in just to confirm. Hey, Fowler, I see you joined the channel as well. Thanks for joining. I'm assuming you guys can all hear me okay. Test. Actually, let me make sure that this is actually... Alright, mic's on here, but if one of you guys on the Discord could confirm that the mics are working. Can one of you guys confirm you can hear me? Hypnotic, can you hear me? Oh, because I enabled push to talk. Excellent. Okay, for everybody on the Discord, I was trying to make sure that the mic was actually working. If everybody can do me a favor and either mute their mics or set it to push to talk, that'll make it a lot easier to make sure the audio overlap doesn't happen. So essentially what... File. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you in 1 second, Fowler. I just changed one more thing, and I want to make sure that I didn't break anything. So let me just confirm this really quick, and I'll kind of explain what I set up. So basically, I now have the custom content coming in. I've got Dying Light 1 content loading into the game. It's not crashing, but I haven't confirmed that I can actually call those files. They're all encrypted, so I don't know if the encryption they're using for Dying Light 1 is different for Dying Light 2. So I don't even know if I can call these files yet, but I do currently have the files from Dying Light 1 loading into the game. So they are actively being used by the game right now, which means hopefully I can call the content from there. So what I've set up is basically, so here's an example of the new armor that I made. So this isn't new armor. This is an upgrade to the armor for the Authority. I didn't really like how everything was parkas and like windbreakers and like no armor, that kind of thing. So what I did is I set up this armor to where now the armor actually visually represents armor. And I've also started messing with the actual defense perks and stuff like that that the armor actually gives. And then also, so this is the armor. So armor pieces, I now have access to the armor pieces. Here's a fun little look at what this would look like. This is how I'm forcing it into the game. But right now, they don't have the ability for me to mess with names. So the hardest part is I can't create new names and new descriptions. It's really actually really dumb that's a limitation. But I have not figured out how to create a new name or description in the game yet, and so that's been kind of frustrating. I wasted a lot of time on that yesterday. But here's an example of like a new mask. So this is my new kind of a gore mask that I tested out for the character, kind of very dark, not like some of the like very shiny things that they've got towards the end. But I'm trying to look at creating custom content that's very dark, very creepy in the game. So that's an example of one of my little creepy masks that I made. And then here is actually something that I was messing with yesterday that I'm really excited about. I personally will be using the shit out of this. Basically, new costumes, new outfits. You enable these through the stash right now, but once I get everything ironed out, you'll be able to actually create these as different armor groups. So here's me playing as the hazmat guy, and I've replaced the glass, so he has broken glass. The zombie version has broken glass. I've went in and replaced his glass so that he's actually a hazmat guy. But kind of the idea here with my armor update is you might actually require hazmat suits to go into certain environments, kind of thing, or have bonuses of where if you find loot that has a hazmat suit, then you can use that and reap all the gains or benefits of having a hazmat suit in a dark zone. This is an example of also, I really hate that they didn't add females to the list. So here's a couple of fun things. So this is one of the females that you can play as, no issues, can run around, jump as, and can play as. And then also we have a zombie to test out a zombie. So here I am as an actual zombie in the game. And that's as easy as just toggling something, so you're not having to install any custom mods or anything like that to change your character. And what we're about to test here for co-op is whether or not you can see each other playing as these custom models. So here's actually the witch. So you can actually play as that witch character, which was actually kind of fun. I really actually enjoyed playing as her more than most of the other characters so far. And the hazmat guy, so I'm right now the hazmat testing, this is the fastest way I've found to test my armor and weapons to make sure that all of it's working correctly. Because once you add it to the level list, then you're just kind of at the mercy of, if you find it, you can confirm that that works. But otherwise, you know, this is the easiest way that I can now go in there and say like, oh yeah, all this stuff is working correctly. I can make sure textures are lined up and that kind of thing. So this is my new little testing platform here. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to actually stay like this, but let's go ahead and get co-op going so that way I can make sure this content actually works via co-op.
Fingers crossed.
I couldn't quite make that out.
Just said fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. If this all works for co-op, then this is going to drastically change how I would play this game. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I must say this is very impressive.
So I just uploaded the data pack to the Ultimate Survival channel. So feel free if any of you guys want to test this out on your side. I've set it up to where first person works correctly with those 4 models. You can play around with it. You can actually play with it in your current playthrough if you want to play the Ultimate version. This is not for release yet, but if you guys want access to it, feel free. Give me all your feedback. Let me know if you have glitching or anything like that. Fowler, if you want to go ahead and grab that version that I threw on there, I'll go ahead and meet you online.
I already did. I'm starting the game.
Awesome.
Have you considered actually asking TechVine for more access to the source code? Because they look like kind of nice guys. Maybe they will do something for the player base.
That would be great. I'm like I said, I've been kind of focusing on what I can get away with at the lower level first, but I would love to reach out to Techland and actually get that conversation started.
think if you showed them what you just achieved, I think it's better for them. Just
Yeah, so
basically they get free mods.
once I release the pipeline, I mean, basically the biggest hangup that I'm having right now is that I can't create names and descriptions. That's really holding me back because I want to be able to go in there and, I mean, it's like all menu text. All menu text and names are pre-rendered or something like that. And so because of that, you can't create dynamic names inside their system. And so because of that, I don't know how much access I'll have to actually naming any of this stuff. So that's kind of a problem. So what I'm trying to do now is look into the icons. So I added some different icons to where you would kind of get, so like for example, if I made like a doctor or a surgeon, you would have like an icon that shows like medicine or something like that. So you at least have some idea what you're working with. So I at least have some icons to mess with. But yeah, until I get more support on the naming and description stuff, you know, kind of limited by that. But I'm still planning on going ham on all this. I can't believe that I figured this out yesterday because, well, actually, because I'm on a different save. Okay, I was about to be nervous there. Well, I will say that, oh, there it goes. Interesting. Hang on one second. Oh, so that's the authority skin, but that should also have the authority pants that I made. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, so I need to get back to a stash. Or there is one right here. Are you almost in, Fowler?
I tried to join you, it didn't work. I just tried to equip a stash, and yes, I'm currently a hazmat.
I don't see you on Steam.
I'm in. I tried to join, but it did nothing. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
a
I'm
bug.
not seeing you online on Steam.
I'm invisible. I'm usually
Oh, okay,
invisible.
that makes sense.
Are you
Let me
on
make
the old
sure.
save or the one with all the stuff?
Okay, yeah, it's hosting. What was your name again on here?
Fowler. It's supposed to be that.
I didn't know I could actually send invites to people that were offline, so that's good to know.
No, I'm just smart offline. I'm invisible.
I got you. Well, you show up as online on mine, so. Okay. Oh, hey, look at this.
I'm
So
hazmat.
you showed up as a zombie without a helmet.
I picked hazmat.
Interesting. Okay, so if you go to your stash, you should be able to open your stash up. And if you go to extras,
Yes, I know. Am I a witch now?
Say again?
Am I a witch now? I changed the outfit.
Sorry, I had to mute you. Yes, you are. Hey, we got custom content working online, boys. Now, I guess the question is, maybe no, because this one's set to the third person, so I wonder why the third person is not showing up correctly. I mean, still pretty cool, but I gotta fix that helmet. Also, so if you go into your inventory and can you do me a favor and press the X button or whatever to toggle between? Like, can you just go ahead and press X right now and toggle between the outfit?
Hold on.
You go into inventory? Yeah. So yeah, okay. So that's live, so you can actually see the change live. That's interesting. Huh. So do you see my guy with a mask on? Like, does he have the helmet?
No, he's a zombie.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, the helmet, it must be pulling that in from the first person for whatever reason.
Yeah, I have a helmet in inventory.
Yeah, that's okay. For the hazmat system, I'm actually going to try to break that down into actual armor sets. So I'm not too worried about that one. But it will be interesting to see which ones I can't do. So if you go, do me a favor. I want to see one more thing. If you can go back into the stash and go to extra, if you can grab my custom mask, it's the headgear. It's got the little token or whatever. If you can redeem that for me.
Yep.
And then you have to go back to your stash inventory. So if you go back over to your
I
inventory
equipped
screen,
it.
you what?
I equipped it.
Okay, and then you grabbed it out of your inventory.
Yeah, it's on. It should be on.
Now just toggle off that skin for me.
All right.
Oh, look at that! It even glows. That's sick. All right, that makes me happy. It glows in the dark. I love it. Here's what it looks like so you can see.
Yeah, you can see it in inventory.
I just didn't know I could get the glow effect working.
Yeah, it definitely
I feel
glow.
like I don't know if you guys ever played Terraria, but I feel like this is like the hell armor or whatever. It's like we finally got the hell armor working from Terraria or some shit. Okay. So that's our custom content test. I would say that's successful. All right, thank you so much, Valor, for doing that. I'm gonna crash it back out. So I'm back on my desktop. Thank you for jumping on and doing that test. I really needed to see if any of that would actually work on there.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I'm going to get back to work, actually. So that was kind of my test. It's good to see that that's working. I got so much to do. There's a lot to do from here. And so I'm going to actually just switch back over to working on some of this. I've got a little kid's birthday party I'm going to here in about 30 minutes. So I got to step out for a little bit, but I'll be working again on this tonight. And I still want to try to do our playthrough this evening. It's just super exciting with all this stuff that potentially works. But I think before I leave today, I'm going to try to see if I can get Dying Light 1 content working in the game. And if I can get that working in the game, then it's all sorts of stuff we can do from there. But we'll see. I see the Savitar you just jumped on. Yeah, so hopefully Savitar, you saw it working there before I quit everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to share the stream, so I just recorded all of this on YouTube. I'll share that out so that people can get an idea of what it looks like. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks again, Fowler, for jumping on so quickly and testing that out.
Sure.
Cool, guys. All right. Hope to talk to everybody here in a little bit. I'm going to keep working through this stuff. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you for all the hard work, man.
Do what I can.